Everyone to the third annual secret meeting of the Nerd Parodist Club. I am Paul Erickson, Nerd Parodist. Happy to have you all here. Please settle down. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Please settle down. On the off chance that there's someone from Wizard World nearby, I want to create the happy illusion that this is the best programming event ever. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to give you a cue, first of all, to laugh uproariously as if I had said something solidly funny, and then you applaud as if the funny thing was also insightful. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'll cue you for the applause, or for the laughter and then applause. Everyone ready? Okay, here we go. First of all, applause. Laugh, now laugh. Thank you, Paul Erickson, Nerd Parodist. Welcome. We've got a lot going on at today's event, so I certainly don't want to delay. I'd like to introduce our panelists. We have John Wroblewski of John G's Beat, your #1 source for pop culture nuggets. John. And we have New York Times best-selling author James Finn Garner. You may remember him from the politically correct bedtime stories. So if you're new to the Nerd Parodist Club, we're going to try out the secret handshake. All right? So it's actually very simple. And this is in your handout. Here's how it goes.
Down with the NPC?
Yeah, you know me. Okay, so half of you have to hold out a fist and say, you're down with NPC.
Down with NPC.
Now someone else says, yeah, you know me, and puts their hands on either side. In case you're not a Star Wars fan, in case you're just a solid bookworm Lord of the Rings fan, that you're representing a TIE fighter. So nice work with that.
What? You tell me that.
So we've done the handshake. So on to the business, of course. Darth Vader, thank you for coming. At our 27th, can everyone in the back hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Oh my God, there are people that can't sit down. This is nuts. There's plenty of room up front, and I promise you won't regret it. I will not do anything to the people sitting up front. At our 2017 meeting, we were unable to clearly establish whether Lord of the Rings was better than Star Wars or vice versa. The good news is that the research tool that we use for this is now available in my new book, which would have been smart to bring with, but I didn't. My new book, Talk Like Jabba, the Star Wars Super Fun Activity book, available at table B48 back in Artist Alley. There's self-assessments, craft projects, recipes, a really nice recipe for an old-fashioned that's attributable to Lando Calrissian. So stop by for that. But let's start the survey. So here's how it's going to work. Our celebrity judges are going to engage their scientific applause monitors, which is a free app for the phone, I think. And you are going to applause for your choice of Star Wars or Lord of the Rings in a set of scientifically configured questions. They will assess the winners, and they're also going to keep score. Is there something to write with? Thank you. Just keep score. Beautiful. They're going to keep score. We're going to break this into 2 sections. So all you have to, I'll ask the question, you confer with yourselves, and then we'll vote. So first of all, which sidekick is more adorable, R2-D2 or Sam Gamgee? Sam is adorable, but R2-D2 was put in that picture just to be cute. right, so applause. Who says it's Sam Gamgee? Who says it's R2-D2? Jim, what was the winner on that?
R2.
Very good. Number 2. Who shows the greatest character development? Whiny teenager Luke or fussy bachelor Bilbo Baggins? What do you think? Chat with your neighbor for a moment. Okay, so who says it's whiny teenager Luke? Who says it's fussy bachelor Bilbo?
Oh.
You can't argue with a free app, folks. Question 3. Which explosion is most satisfying, the Death Star or the Eye of Sauron? Yeah, okay, a lot of controversy. So,
Which Death Star?
applause right
Which
now.
Death Star?
Eye of Sauron?
The Death Star.
Okay, now this is where it starts to get more complicated.
You just all applauded for the deaths of thousands of people. This one.
All in good fun. Which tentacled monster is more gross? The Sarlacc or the Watcher in the Water? Or are they the same character? All right, who says it's the Sarlacc? Watcher in the Water?
Sarlacc.
Sarlacc wins again. Oh yeah, okay, now this one, there's no way we're going to settle on this easily. Who hosts the best meeting? Is it the Grand Moff Tarkin, because they had a lot of meetings on the Death Star? Or is it Elrond in The Last Holy? Okay, who says it's Governor Tarkin? You hate him. Who says it's Elrond? Okay. Fair enough. Then I'm not really sure which way you'll go with this next one. Who is the deadliest quick draw? Please settle down. Is it Han Solo or is it Legolas? All right, who says it's Han Solo? Who says it's Legolas? Okay, so here's a chance to even it out a little bit. Who provides better comedy relief? R2-D2 and C-3PO or Merry and Pippin? And that whole stone scene, you know? Second breakfast, thank you. All right, so who says it's R2-D2 and C-3PO? Merry and Pippin?
Short one's winner.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to move on to metaphysics for a moment. Who is the most valuable after he gets killed? Obi-Wan or Gandalf? Yeah, I went there.
Shut us down.
Banned in Texas.
Please come in.
Okay, who says it's Obi-Wan? Who says it's Gandalf? Okay, I swear to God, the last 2 years it was not this huge disparity, but every question is different. Okay, here, this one will settle it. Which has a better set of prequel films? Star Wars. 1 through 3. Too soon. Please, no vomiting during the presentation. Who says it's Star Wars, episodes 1 through 3? Who says it's The Hobbit, episodes 1 through 3? I'm not sure if you guys saw the same Hobbit episode tonight.
That was a Hobbit one.
All right, and lastly, before we just switch things up a little bit, who has the best speaking voice? Darth Vader or Smaug the Dragon? Who says it's Darth? Who says it's Benedict Cumberbatch?
It's the Darth man.
Good for you, Darth. And he stepped away for just a moment. So
Darth Vader.
all right, so we're off to a great start. We're going to save the remaining questions for later. So, in keeping with the Nerd Parodist Club Community Outreach Program, we're again offering the All Ages Coloring Contest. New art this year opposed to last year. So again, just make sure that turn in your art at any point. I'm not offended if you get up during the presentation to bring it over to the back and put it in the age-appropriate box. And please, here's an important note. You got to sign your art if you want to be able to win a prize. All right, so it would have been smart for me to put a sign here on the art, but I didn't. So, and by the way, all the art is in Talk Like Java, available at B48. So anyway, make sure you do that. Star Wars is great, but being a nerd parodist means creating parodies of at least one other nerd franchise. Now, for those of you that are Tolkien fans, I'd like to introduce the Nerd Parodist players, John and Jim. And our reading from the immortal parody, The Super Friends of the Ring, this is the scene where Bilbo Baggins, so someone laughed at that goofy title, thank you so much. This is the scene where Bulbo Bunkins, the famous Wobbit, I have to do all of that because it's a parody, is speaking to 144 guest Wobbits at his birthday party, and there is audience participation. So all of you are going to be called upon to cheer and applaud like a mob of drunken Wobbits. I'll let you know when you need to do that, okay? Great. So we take you now to the long-expected party. Bulbo's table was in front of the party tree,